During the trial, you have been allowed to take notes. You may take these with you to the jury room to use in your deliberations. Remember, these are notes and not evidence. Generally, they reflect the recollection or impressions of the evidence as viewed by the person taking them and may be inaccurate or incomplete. Upon reaching a verdict, leave the notes in the jury room and they will be destroyed. When you begin your deliberations, you should select a foreman or a forewoman. He or she shall see that your deliberations are carried on in an orderly manner, that the issues are fully and freely discussed, and that every juror is given an opportunity to express his or her views. In order to return a verdict, each juror must agree to it. Your verdict must be unanimous. It is your duty as jurors to consult with one another and reach an agreement if you can do so without compromising your individual judgment. Each of you must decide the case for yourself, but do so only after an impartial consideration of the evidence with the other jurors. During the deliberations, do not hesitate to re-examine your view and change your opinion if convinced it is wrong. But do not change your opinion as to the weight or the effect of the evidence just because it is the opinion of other jurors or for the mere purpose of returning a verdict. Remember, you are the judges of the facts. Your sole duty is to find the truth and to do justice. Unless you are together as a group, you may not communicate about this case before reaching your verdict. This includes cell phones, electronic media such as text messages, Facebook, MySpace, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, email, etc. Do not do any research or make any investigation about the case on your own. Do not visit or view any place discussed in this case, and do not use internet maps or Google Earth or any other program or device to search for or to view any place discussed in the testimony. Also, do not research any information about this case, the law, or the people involved, including the parties, the witnesses, the lawyers, or the judge. This includes using the internet to research in events or people referenced in the trial. This case was tried on evidence presented in this courtroom. If you conduct independent research, you will be relying on matters not presented in court. The parties have a right to have this case decided on the evidence they know about and that has been introduced here in court. If you do some research or investigation or experiment that we do not know about, then your verdict may be influenced by inaccurate, incomplete, or misleading information that has not been tested by the trial process, including the oath to tell the truth and by cross-examination. All of the parties are entitled to a fair trial, rendered by an impartial jury, and you must conduct yourself so as to maintain the integrity of the trial process. If you decide a case based on information not presented in court, you will deny the parties a fair trial in accordance with the rules of this state, and you will do an injustice. It is very important that you abide by these rules. Failure to follow these instructions may result in the case having to be retried, and it could result in you being held in contempt and punished. The parties and the court appreciate that we have had your full and undivided attention throughout the trial. Occasionally, after a jury retires to the jury room, members have questions. I have prepared the instructions after carefully considering this case with the parties and the lawyers. I have tried to use language which is generally understandable. Usually questions about the instructions can be answered by carefully rereading the instructions. If, however, any of you feel it is necessary to ask a question, you must do so in writing with the foreperson signing the request and dating the same and delivering the question to the court attendant. I cannot communicate with you without first discussing your question and any potential answer with the parties and the lawyers. Forms of verdict have been prepared for you and attached to these instructions. You will use only one form of verdict. When you have agreed upon a verdict and the foreman or the forewoman has signed the verdict, please notify the court attendant. dated this 24th day of February, 2020, signed by myself, Faye Hoover, a judge, 6th Judicial District of Iowa. Ladies and gentlemen, as you have been aware, we need only 12 members of the jury to actually deliberate and decide the case. Each and every one of you has been incredibly patient and diligent in your work, listening to the evidence. And at this point, I'm going to ask Ms. Larson. She has placed each of your names into a box, and I'm going to have her draw 2 names from the box. Those 2 individuals will be the alternates. Those of you who are selected as the alternates will be excused. You will not participate in the deliberations. Until you receive word from the court, either from myself or from Ms. Larson, I'm going to ask you to abide by that admonition. When the jury, the 12 jurors, have reached and delivered to us in open court a unanimous jury verdict, you will be contacted immediately and released from that admonition. But at this time, I'm going to ask Ms. Larson to please draw 2 alternates from the group. Appointment, it may be a relief, but whichever, please leave with the thanks of the parties for your attention and diligence in this matter, but you will not be permitted to deliberate and decide the case finally. Please leave your contact information with Ms. Larson so that we can notify you when there has been a verdict reached, so that you know that you are able to speak freely about your experience up to this point. So, thank you very much. Ms. Larson, if you would please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that you will take and keep this jury together in their jury room unless specifically directed by the court, and not to allow any person to speak to or communicate with them, nor speak with or communicate with them yourself, except as to ask whether they have agreed upon their verdict, and not to communicate with them regarding the state of their deliberation or the verdict agreed upon until after the same shall be declared in open court? And do you further swear and affirm that you will take with you the exhibits and deliver them to the jury and not allow them to be unattended or tampered with until, again, the exhibits and the jury have returned to open court? If you so swear, please say, I do.
I do. Please rise for the jury. You can bring your notebooks with you.